Hello there, my name is Joshua and I am one of the proprietors of hydrogen hybrid cars in Kenya. I want to give you a few outline on how to consider while trying to convert your vehicle into hydrogen hybrid. The first thing that you need to know is how much hydrogen do you want? How much does your vehicle require, for instance? And is it a petrol or is it a diesel power? In case of a diesel power, you know that any fuel that you want to put in a gaseous state has to go hand in hand with the diesel injection. And so will be some hydrogen that will be put into your vehicle for it to run together with the hydrogen. And that's something that can be altered if you need an overall modification, whereby we put spark plug system and the spark plugs, high voltage and everything, so at least it can now run as a petrol engine if you want it to run on hydrogen alone. We may not require throttle systems because the hydrogen format eliminates the need of the throttling system. For the case of hydrogen, you will need a generator that is massive, that generates enough hydrogen for this case. If you have a good cylinder to store the hydrogen, in case you do so, then it has to be the capacity that can give you a considerable range. So you may opt either onboard generator of hydrogen that produces a lot of hydrogen. As you run, you keep spending the hydrogen to generate, or you can generate from a farm. You can generate from off-grid through solar and all those things, and then you compress that hydrogen inside a cylinder that is in your vehicle and propel your vehicle wherever that you are going. That's the second mode of hydrogen conversion. The third mode of conversion is whereby you may have small amounts of hydrogen that keep assisting the gasoline or the diesel. Now the diesel, as you said, will always require an assistant. This scenario of hydrogen use in a vehicle will always require to have an assist. For instance, your vehicle will have fuel at the tank, pressurized, get to the nozzles, and it is sprayed into the respective cylinders. Now, to add some more fuel on it, you may either use a similar lining that you just put together that will deliver directly to that specific cylinder, or you can have the intake as the air gets into the engine. Now, irrespective of which cylinder you take the air, you can deliver hydrogen to that. Now, that's the third system whereby you can just use the intake system as a substitute of the much needed fuel that would have been required to propel the vehicle to some speeds. Initially, we used to just allow the hydrogen flow whether you're idling or when your vehicle is cruising at high speed. Right now, we've realized that if we spare the hydrogen for the cruising instead of using it during idling, it will be much better. And so our older conversions would use that model whereby we just allow hydrogen to keep flowing. So this is a concept that will always work, and you find some vehicles save fuel at 20%, 30%, 50%, others work with 100%, because if you are able to cut the cost of conversion of fuel totally, then you get 100% savings. Now your cost will go on the equipment that you put together or the cost of setting up the unit for your vehicle. And now we've been having garages and we've been doing the installations, so we believe that in case you've got any question, you can just comment, ask us questions, or maybe you may just comment and we will be happy to reply to your comments at any time. Thank you very much.